Good morning. Today we're taking a look at 23 Carmel Drive. This is a vintage 1962 mobile home in the Safari Mobile Home Park in South Palm Springs. I'm going to tell you the truth. This is not our prettiest one to look at in its present condition, but somebody with vision and clarity could really turn this into something special. The mid-century modern market in Palm Springs has just gone gangbusters in the last 10 years. It is the one edge of real estate in the desert that has already surpassed the highs of 2006 and 2007, survived the crash of the economy better than anybody else, and is really poised for another launching point as we move into the near future. I'm going to start with a view of the neighborhood. Take a look. In this park, so much has already been done. Many of these mobile homes have already been remodeled or replaced, cleaned up. They're in excellent shape. This is literally the worst one in an otherwise up-and-coming gentrified neighborhood. Okay, so when this one here is finally done on the block by its next owner, they're going to have a place that just benefits not only themselves but everybody around them, and vice versa. The work that already neighbors have done on theirs is going to complement this one. Now, we're going to talk about the good and the bad as we go through it. This fence is not really a fan of the homeowner association here, and the management of the park is not really a fan of it. But right now it hides a little bit of this. So this property needs landscaping. It needs paint, as you can see here along the side wall. Okay, of this here. The former owner was kind of an aging hippie who has personalized the trailer in many ways. And because of that, paint, carpet, and landscaping would do so much to make this home brand new again. The remodel on it is not as tough as what it's going to look. But I'll tell you, visually, it's going to be a challenge. Now, this area here, this is the parking side of the mobile home. Over here on the left, we have a washer and dryer that, believe it or not, do work. Okay, but they are older washer and dryers. They're probably not something you're going to want to keep. Okay, we're going to need to replace some window air conditioning units. While I believe the window ones work, I can't swear to it. I haven't turned them all on. They are older air conditioner units and have lived their life, I think, successfully. And if the rest of the mobile home were remodeled, you'd probably want to redo them. Some of the window slats have been repainted. Okay, and they just need to replace. These are not expensive pieces, but again, while you're doing things, just count on doing it. Now, as we look over here to our right, this fence is actually in pretty solid shape. Okay, a fresh paint job on that fence would really clean up this site. I would probably get rid of all of this screens and stuff like that and open it up, and then landscape the little narrow flower bed area here on this side. Okay, so that you would open up the trailer, and when it's fresh and repainted, it's going to be dazzling. And, you know, I haven't talked about this yet, but the best thing about this mobile home is its location, and we're going to touch on that. At the end, we're going to go out into the backyard, and you're going to see how it's landscaped up onto the hillside, reaching toward Bob Hope's house. And as we go inside here in just a second, after we go through the kitchen, we're going to go in the living room, and you're going to see a fantastic view. Okay, so location on this one here. Please remember that. The things that can be kept, okay, is some of this kitchen, although when you look at it, okay, again, personalized with the artist's touch, not everybody is into the same art. Okay, but what can be kept is that this is a vintage kitchen. As old as what it is and as personalized as what you see on it, paint would clean it all up. A new countertop probably, although this Formica countertop is in decent shape. Okay, so that might be kept if you want to stay with that era, okay, of it, and specifically you feel like the vintage of it. Now this stove, some people just look at it and see an old stove. But I know that I have seen these things like this brought back to life. This stove, I believe, works. Okay, so it could have new knobs or have the existing knobs cleaned up on it, It could be scoured and made beautiful again. And if you want to keep with that vintage mid-century modern, this is a piece that is difficult to replace if it wasn't already here. Okay, because this is a smaller than normal 4-burner stove built for a mobile home of this era. So finding that is a difficult thing. Likewise, this oven, okay, that's in here, this is a Wedgwood Holly oven, and I think you've even got 2 trays down there. Yeah, so like that's where as a kid, at my mom and dad's house, we would make stuff like cinnamon toast. Okay, here on the top part, we have a regular oven. You know, I haven't even opened this before. This oven is beautiful inside. There's not even any dirt. I don't think the owners ever really used it. That could be cleaned up. And, I mean, the value of the trailer might be worth the value of the appliances in here. Cleaned up and made fresh again, because other people would really want these to go in their trailer. So with a paint job on this kitchen and a refurbishment or a cleaning up of the appliances, I mean, there's some value right there. This refrigerator is a newer refrigerator. It's in nice shape. Okay, it could use a cleaning like many things in here. Honestly, if it were me, I would sell this refrigerator, get rid of this refrigerator. Perhaps in the deal, we could let that go with the current sellers because they may need a refrigerator in their next place. It's not of the era of the trailer. And in my opinion, the best way to make this trailer worth the most value and really the most fun to live in is to bring it back as much as you can to its original grandeur. Okay, because you've got the workings of that. So now we've just moved into the dining room area. These are the original built-in hutch and cabinets, okay, for like a china display case. And while again, it's been personalized with the artwork of the artist, this could be sanded and restained, which would be my first intention if I were doing this. Somebody could just repaint it. Okay, it has the original handles on it where you've got some sort of little arrowhead or feather or something like this built into it. I don't know if you can see that very well. This is just a little piece. Let's move to this one here so we aren't doing that. But those there, but inside the shelves are untouched. Okay, so I don't know if you can pick that. Yeah, I'm seeing this kind of focusing a little bit. But this is the sort of treat that people look for in these vintage trailers. The appliances, the cabinets, the things that are original in it. Matter of fact, one thing that I noticed that I really like, this is an original built-in custom wall clock, okay, that was done. And while I'm sure right now it does not work, somebody's going to need to buy a new motor for this clock. This is very vintage. Okay, and somebody could turn this into a beautiful piece of this trailer that really stands out, and it'd be that one little piece of the puzzle that people, when they walk in and this place is cleaned up, they go, wow, what a cool place. Over the top, somebody asked me recently, were there vents? I forgot about these. These are probably air conditioner vents, okay, that are built in. There is a swamp cooler attached to here, but I'm not sure if the swamp cooler goes through these vents or not. I haven't climbed on the roof. There is a unit up there. It looks like an air conditioning, an older air conditioning unit to me, but I honestly, I need somebody else to take a look at that. Here's another wall unit air conditioner that's built in. And while these walls, I'm not sure if you can really tell, I mean, there's scratches and stuff like that in here. This is old, not plywood, but it'll come to me in a second. You probably know it without me thinking it, or without me saying it. But these type of walls that are in here could be, again, sanded down. They could be repainted. So much could be done with this trailer. Now these windows are a little dirty, so it's making it hard to see out. Let's take a second here and look. Your view are other mobile homes that are in great condition. Okay, across the street over here is even a vintage mobile home of about the same era as this one. Okay, that's been somewhat brought back and is in pretty decent condition, especially on the outside. As we look out now, it's kind of a hazy day today, but it's a very light blue. I'm hoping that color is translating out. But you end up with a view that's 20 feet wide out of large picture windows. Okay, overlooking palm trees, mountains off in the distance there. Not even the far distance. Okay, in the great distance, as we go over this way here, I don't know if my camera will pick them up. You've got the little San Bernardinos across the way here. This is a very nice view that you're picking up from the living room. So you could be sitting here in your own chairs and sofas or whatever, sipping your morning coffee or really the afternoon, okay, enjoying this kind of view. That is, again, value. That's a thing that is difficult to put in. You can buy a new trailer, you can look for a spot or whatever, but this is a view that is already going with this trailer for whoever buys it. Paint and carpet. Paint and carpet in this here. I don't even think the dirt is really showing up. There we go. Let's focus it a little bit. This carpet's shot. Okay, let's be honest about it. You're going to want to put in tile, carpet, wood flooring, something. Okay, it needs to be redone. But paint and carpet in this room would make it go wow. Now you have some floor vents already put in. I think that's for a heater. Okay, so those are already scattered throughout different parts in the trailer. So you already have some ductwork laid in. Good bones in this place. And you need some good bones to build on. This is a hallway. Okay, it's got a light already built in. It's got, again, nice thing with this is that you've got all the original hardware, the original doorknobs, the original cabinet knobs and handles and stuff like that. Now, this room here, I'm going to tell you, not so good. This bathtub, although I'll tell you, this artist does have a degree of popularity. His name is Tim Hudson, and somebody, because there seems to always be a buyer for something in this world, may want a Tim Hudson bathtub. Okay, he also did the, I forget what it's called that goes around here, but, you know, there's usually like a linoleum or plastic built-in that goes around the tub and that there. This has been what I call Hudsonized. Okay, so, in my opinion, this is probably a replace. They pull out and a replace of the tub. But it is possible that somebody could put in new linoleum or plastic siding around the tub and then have the tub recovered. Okay, so it's just whatever is your own specialty or taste that you want to do on that. But definitely something that needs to be addressed. Now in here, hey there, how you doing? Haven't seen you lately. These medicine cabinets, a triple wide medicine cabinet like this here, well, it definitely needs some touch up and some painting. Okay, you're going to see in here, they're in decent working condition. Somebody might be able to bring these back to life. Okay, that one doesn't open up, but this one should. Okay, some touch up with painting, some cleaning up around the edge, because again, already built in, vintage to the era, custom size for this trailer, a more difficult thing to replace. Those are probably a little smaller in height, okay, than the average the average medicine chest or medicine cabinet that's made these days. So they may be worth keeping. This one here, I'm 50-50 on. You've got the sink, you've got the cabinets built in. Again, it is vintage. It is narrow, so you've gotten about as much room out of the mobile home as you could hope out of a cabinet area. You've got decent counter space, okay, for toothbrushes and hairbrushes and stuff like that in here. Worth considering, maybe just putting a new countertop and fixing up the existing cabinet, repainting it. Okay, something like that. But again, your choice. If somebody wants new, it is something that could just be replaced also. The toilet, probably get rid of it and get something brand new. Okay, another vent coming in for the heater. We need some flooring in here. The flooring in this room is, I don't know, it's not kosher. Guest bedroom. Okay, here we've got the original built-in cabinets and closets. Okay, again, might be worth considering. That's a door to the outside. You'll see it on the outside when you get there too. It's a smaller than average door, but maybe it needed to be in here for some sort of fire safety, you know, at this end of the home. I'm not sure, but it is there. But we are missing one set of doors for this closet. I don't know where they are. Maybe they're in some other closet or a shed outside, but they're definitely not in this room. This could probably be saved though. I mean, this is decent. It's the right sort of fit for this room. Okay, so you may want to work with this. Your choice on that. Definitely repaint the walls. I'm going in and out of focus here, I can tell. Okay, there we go. Light switch or a light fixture, probably a replace, but it is again appropriate for the age of this trailer, and it is original. Okay, there's a couple things like that throughout here. Doors probably need to be replaced. Of course, if somebody is really good at removing stickers and stuff from them, they may be able to be salvaged, but my first impression on those is get rid of them. And did I mention the flooring? Again, flooring throughout the whole place. Let's just say that. Throughout the whole mobile home, you're going to want to put flooring in. Now, this is the master bedroom, slightly larger in size than the guest bedroom. The guest bedroom is probably 10 foot square, I'm guessing, somewhere about that. Maybe a queen size bed, more likely a double. This is a master bedroom, so we're probably about 15 feet by 11 or 12 feet wide, 15 feet. I mean, this is a decent sized room, okay, for a master bedroom. I think that is a swamp cooler. Okay, looking at the knobs on it and such, I can't swear to it, but I'm pretty confident that's what that is. Here we've got, do we have the entire closet? No, we're missing again one set of doors, okay, for the master bedroom. I wonder if we could take the doors off this one here and if they'd fit on the other one, and then, so anyways, just a thought. What's this? I haven't even opened this cupboard before. Oh my goodness, the original ironing board. Okay, that's built in there. That might be worth keeping. That's a subject for another day, but I like it when I find those kind of original pieces in here to work with. To me, that adds value to the trailer. And in my opinion, one of the nicer paint jobs that was ever done. This is kind of a cool sponging effect that was done in here, and it kind of works for the room, but I'd probably go ahead and replace it and get rid of it. But again, oh, and there's a kind of hard to see that light fixture, but there we go, get in there a little closer. Probably original on that. That looks like it might have been changed, but I don't know. Somebody with a better eye for the vintage is probably worth looking at that to make that determination. But again, now we've gone through this whole trailer, and I've shown you the good and the bad, but 90% of what I've shown you and what looks bad visually is paint and flooring. Okay, there's going to be some hardware that needs to be addressed with, some missing doors or door replacements that need to be dealt with. But honestly, elbow grease, floors, and carpet, and somebody could get off fairly inexpensive for where the value of this park is going. Now, let's go look outside a little bit more. Okay, these steps, I mean, are functional. That railing is probably original, so there's some value there on it. But at least a cleanup and recovering on it, perhaps a replace. The rubber on it's still good. You're going to want to do something with fencing on this side. My recommendation is that behind these wire apparatus here, whatever these are, they're kind of like those racks that retailers use to display clothing and stuff on, but they've been wire tied together to build a fence along here and then covered with a sort of green netting over it. My suggestion is that right behind it, if you can see, there's a small, maybe foot or two tall retaining wall built out of cinder block. A completing of that wall out of cinder block would block your neighbor's swamp cooler or their air conditioning unit, or like they have a ladder lift out here. It would just clean this whole side up. And then some sort of landscaping, taking advantage of it down there, because you do have a narrow flower bed on this side here that reaches into the back. But this is a great patio with a good awning on it. Again, a vintage awning, but it's in mostly good shape. I can see a couple of loose kind of leaves that hang off the top there, but I bet those things can be straightened with a pair of pliers, and if they need to be re-screwed on with a metal screw, I mean, that could be done. But this area could be done very inexpensively and turned into a great sitting area. Okay. Now let's go out back. Again, remember location. Look up over the top. Where are we looking at up there? I don't know if you can see that. That's Bob Hope's house right there. We are just down the hill from Bob Hope's house. That's South Ridge. That entire development up there of all those homes. Those are 5,000 and 10,000 square foot homes. I know Bob Hope's house is about 18,000 square feet, but most of them are between 5,000 and 10,000 square feet up there. the most expensive real estate in the desert. We're right down at the bottom of the hill. So we're looking at that, or we're looking at blue skies, we're looking at mountains. Okay, the views from the front and the back of this trailer are stupendous. Okay, and this is one aspect and a very, very critical part of what the value of this entire mobile home is about. It's the location. It's not the artwork that's been done to the wall, although with all due respect to Tim, I know he's got people who love him. It's just those people aren't looking at this mobile home right now. I wish one of them would step forward, because this would be like, I mean, I don't want to overgrandize it too much, but if somebody were an Andy Warhol fan, did everybody love Andy Warhol right from the start? Probably not. But his popularity grew. But even disregarding the former owner and his artwork, you have a lot of area here. This is a big cement pad. Okay, there's one or two cracks in it, but it could be worked with. Of course, if you want to replace it, by all means. But if the landscaping were cleaned up, a lot of these bushes and trees that are back here can really be worked with. This is very Palm Springs. Okay, these sorts of trees that we got here give you some afternoon shade. I could see a couple of chaise lounges back here. Okay, just so you can look up at the mountains and enjoy it. Maybe a table with some sort of umbrella on it, you know, and taking coffee and tea and dinner and stuff like that out here. This is a great location in the desert. A lot of these bushes here, we've got I want to say bougainvillea, but this is not it. These are just shrubs, you know, that are out here. But that's a tree that's been cut back and is now growing shorter, so it could be resculpted and turned into a beautiful thing again. This fence over here probably needs some adjustment. Okay, either removal or straightening or something. But that fence needs to be worked with. Let's see, can I go this way? If we walk up there. Okay, we just gone from ground level up to the first tier. This is about 5 or 6 feet wide. These trees have overgrown. Okay, the cinder block wall there that's on it. But if they were trimmed back and a little bit of leveling right here, maybe with some brickwork or stacked rocks or something to hold him, there could be a whole nother tier up here. Now we're looking again, palm trees and hills that are around it. We've risen our view so that we're looking just over the rooftops, okay, of the other mobile homes. This is a sort of area that not many people in Palm Springs, let alone this park, can take advantage of. Over here, because the hillside pushes back a little bit, I know we got a lot of glare on the camera right now. Hopefully the camera will readjust. This could be turned into 10 or 15 feet wide to take advantage of the hillside here. Somebody has tried to create a third tier. We're going to go up there in just 1 second. But I know I'm showing work. But the value of what's done with the work is done right here is huge. Okay, we're going up again. Now this is a smaller area, but this could be put in with some sort of park bench right up in here. Okay, there's a trail that I think goes off here and goes up into the hills that people could go on that direction. But now look what you got here. This could be like a reading spot, a thinker's spot, a sort of perch with a bench or something like that. And now we're over the tops of the rooftops. And even though we're probably not technically on your space anymore, because of the lay of the land, so long as nobody complains, like here, see, I don't want to do this too much, but the neighbor over here has done the sort of thing I've described, where they've really done a good job at landscaping and pushing back the bushes. The same thing can be done in here. This is the advantage of the location of 23 Carmel. This is the sort of thing that nobody else in this park, or almost nobody else in this park, has to take advantage of. But because of its location of space, this could be yours. On top of it, this is actually a pretty good place. I want to point out, there is an old air conditioner up on top, and that's some sort of venting also up there. I'm not sure what that is. That may be part of the heater or something like that to give it venting to come out on the top. But that air conditioning unit probably needs to be replaced. It may be able to be brought back to life, but even if it could, it's probably an original unit on this, maybe at least very old, and you can find more efficient equipment. So keep that in mind, but remember all of this. Now I want to go back down here because there is one more thing okay, that I want to see. I'm in the wrong type of shoes to be doing this, so I don't want my feet to slip out from under me. Let's go back down here. Okay, I was asked by one prospective buyer to take a look over here, and I thought I remembered, yeah, okay, let's see what's in here. He'd asked me about the heating unit and access and stuff like that. I don't know what I can do here. That's not pretty, but that looks like some sort of electrical boxes, a gas meter, something like that. And then some crawl space underneath there. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure where the heating unit for this is. It might be in one of the closets. And anyways, let's walk back out front and do this from the street again. Remember, least desirable unit in a highly desirable neighborhood. That's the sort of thing you want to buy with real estate. That's what this is. All the neighbors have fixed theirs up. This park has really come back strong. 23 Carmel Drive. Whoever buys this property is really getting a diamond in the rough. Okay, that can be turned into vintage, mid-century modern Palm Springs if you've got the right touch. My name is Eric Meeks. Thank you for taking a look at this property today. Remember, location, location, location. Have a good day.